the bad times in the first month of this season.
Sooner or later, this team will turn it around.
And they're trying to do that against Boston. They are 2-2 against the Red Sox.
You want to be here when that happens.
And that may be tonight because the Orioles have a chance to take this series from Boston. Game 2, 3-game set coming up. It's the Orioles on Masson, and the second of 3 against the Red Sox. Oriole Park at Camden Yards on a beautiful summer evening tonight for this second game of the series. And the 1st of May. The Orioles concluded April the way they hope May will have a lot of W's in it. The Orioles got the victory in the game last night. Tonight, two teams relying on pitchers whom they hope are going to become part of their staffs for the remainder of the season. We'll get to that in just a minute. First, a look back. One final time in the month of April. For the Orioles in April, Nick Markakis, their leader, hits doubles, walks, and runs. Miguel Tejada, the 13 RBIs. Ty Wiggenton, big month, average and home run leader. Brian Mattis got the 2 wins, and Kevin Millwood, the leader in innings pitched, with 32. Those are the names in April that gave the Orioles a chance to get the wins they did.
Yeah, they did, and they obviously didn't get as many as they would like, but some of the guys stepped up. Markakis, of course, started slowly, and of course, we've seen that in years past, and you know where he's going to end up, close to 300. And, you know, even Kevin Millwood, they got him for one reason, to show this team how a mature pitcher pitches. He's done that. Of course, the offense has been a problem all month, and then Ty Wigginton's really the big story. He came over. He had 23 home runs 2 years ago. Last year, you know, had a pretty good last 2 months, but didn't hit for power numbers because of the Brian Roberts injury. He had a chance to play, and he's really made a difference.
And interesting tonight, Daisuke Matsuzaka returns for Boston, and for the Orioles, back after trying to get himself together in the minors, Brad Ferguson.
Yeah, and Rick Kranitz wants him to throw. You can see the numbers. They've gone down as far as sinking balls, and sliders have gone up. Change-ups, doesn't use it. You know, and curve balls, it really hasn't thrown any all this year. He just has to sink the ball and get back to getting into a rhythm. And as Dave Tremblay said yesterday, just relax and hope that you can beat the Red Sox tonight.
Orioles stayed with their plan of sending him down, not bringing anybody else up, but giving him the opportunity to become part of the starting rotation again. Game 2, first pitch, coming up. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Another beautiful day here in the Baltimore area. Lots of folks out and about today. Real summer-like day, and tonight a summer evening for baseball. Let's take a look at our train game time temperature. It is 82 degrees. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Orioles getting their 5th win overall, second at home last night. Starting lineup for the Red Sox tonight, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Scudero, Pedroia, and Martinez. Youkilis, Drew, and Ortiz. Beltre, McDonald. Van Every did not start last night. J.D. Drew last night, 2 home runs.
And our scouting report on Brad Ferguson. Well, sink or swim, just throw the sinker. Get back, relax. Quality pitches. Again, this is when they put the ball in play, and you can see he's been really struggling. That's why he got sent to Norfolk for 1 start, 8 for 9, and then change in the air. Rick Kranitz, Oriole pitching coach, saying, you know what, use your changeup. The sliders have really increased, and he hadn't been able to control them, which compounds the problem.
Brad Ferguson back, and obviously desiring to have a good start here, making a positive impression on his return, and earn back that spot in the rotation for the Orioles. Here's Marco Scudero. He's got a 4-game hit streak. He extended it last night with a 1 for 4. He will take the strike, and we are underway. Scudero at 278 on the season, followed by Pedroia and Martinez, as these two teams have continued to battle in 1-run ball games. Each team has won 2 this season. Showed bunt, took it. All the games have been decided by 1 run, and 2 of the 4 games have gone into extra innings. Well, they have been very tight games. Gary Francona's ball club had their record broken at 13 consecutive years with winning games in April, having a winning record. They do not. They are 11-12. The breaking ball doesn't, stays inside. Scudero just backing away a little bit, 2-1. Scudero 3 for 6 lifetime off Brad Ferguson. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Scudero will take it outside. The 3-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, great high ball hitter. We've seen that, and the 3-run home run to help the Red Sox beat the Orioles. And will you get the low strike? I think with Bill Miller behind the plate, you got to root for that if you're rooting for Brad Ferguson, and he got that borderline pitch. If he doesn't get that, Scudero goes down to first base with a walk.
10 walks by the Oriole pitchers last night, and yet the Orioles won the ball game. That's not going to happen very often. 3-2 delivery, towering pop-up. Tejada will come over, but will quickly run out of room.
Take a look at Brad Ferguson, and talking about last year, I mean, he really pitches well. So the ERA last year really good. He got, and you can see the numbers this year. They're not getting many runs, and of course he hadn't hung around very long, and he's giving up over 12 runs a game. And again, that's minimal amount of innings and a lot of runs.
3-2 center field. Jones. We've seen a few of these kind of fly balls where you could have picnics waiting for him to come down. 1 away.
Well, we've seen with Scudero that probably if you get the ball away, hits it to center, then the fly balls are out. So if you get it in, he hits the fly ball to left, and they can be home runs.
Here's Pedroia. Pedroia was a big stick in last night's game. That home run came in the 6th inning, his 6th. He had an RBI single in the 7th. Runs batted in. Red Sox leader with 18. Then Drew and Youkilis. Pedroia has really helped carry this ball club through the first month of the season. Hermida on that list. Nobody thought that would be the case since he's up playing because of the injuries to Ellsbury and Cameron. Right field, Nick Martinez. 2 down.
Now take a look at the defense behind Brad Ferguson. You've already seen Jones in center, Martinez in right. Nolan Raimo plays left tonight. Miguel Tejada, the big bat last night, is Turris. Wiggenton, who's been playing very well at second base. 8 hits in his last 6 games. Ryan Hughes, the rookie. And then Matt Wieters, the customary spot behind the plate.
And 2 quick outs here. Ferguson will try to have a 1-2-3 first inning. Here's Victor Martinez. He had an 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. He had a tough month of April. As you saw that average at 238. He will take the pitch away for a ball. Ferguson, first innings in his career, has given up 9 runs and 18 hits, even though the opponent batting average is only 217 against him in the first inning. He is 7-7 lifetime with the 0-2 mark that he's put up this year.
Yeah, 7-2 here with a very low ERA of 3.53 runs, so 3.5 runs a game. And the reason
takes it.
No, the reason I didn't put that in the key of the game because that's last year. The key for him this year is just to get back where he feels like he can make his pitches and stay out of the middle of the plate, stay down when you need to.
Martinez down the line and foul. When he went down to AAA Norfolk in order to straighten things out after his third start, he had one start for the Tide, 7 innings, a couple of earned runs, 7 hits, striking out 4. You see opponents 10 for 21, 3 home runs with runners in scoring position, and 9 first pitches put in play. 8 of them have been for hits.
And that tells me he's just not doing what he did last year. And there's a reason for it. He hurt his arm and doing a commercial. I think most people know that. Rick Granite's looking on. And then had a little bit of a setback in spring training.
That is a fair ball. Ferguson will play it and make the pitch underhanded to get the out. And that is exactly what he wanted. A 1-2-3 inning on his return to Camden Yards. The first, let's take a look at the starting lineup now for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Jones, Markakis, and Wieters, Tejada, Scott, and Wiggenton, Hughes, Reimold, and his tourist. Miguel Tejada, tremendous night last night, including the game-winning RBI.
And our scout got a report on Dice K, the 29-year-old right-hander out of Tokyo, Japan. Pain in the neck. That's pretty much what came to spring training in great shape, neck sprain, and this is going to be his first start. Look at those numbers. Career runners in scoring position, very low at 210, and then against the Orioles, and I don't know if this is really he's 3-0 with a 322 in his last 4 starts against the Orioles, but as everybody will tell you from the Red Sox, they don't really know what they're going to see tonight from Dice K. That's last year, 4-6. He had shoulder problems. He was 3-0 in the World Baseball Classic and didn't come to spring training in very good shape, and then pretty much the whole year on the DL, a couple of long periods.
Interesting matchup with these two pitchers and the situations they are each in. Here's Adam Jones, 3 for 5 in the ball game last night, upping his average to 223, 3 home runs and 5 RBIs, continues in that leadoff spot. And Dice K is now officially back. The Orioles used the top of the order last night to get it done. There you see 3 for 5, 2 for 4, 1 for 5, and 3 for 4. The only problem, as Dave Tremblay noted today, is as good as the top was, the remaining 5 were 0 for 16. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That is outside for a ball. And Tremblay said before the game, we've got to spread this out a little bit. He said you can't be giving up 10 walks a game and having just 4 players producing in your lineup and expect to win on a consistent basis. He said, look, we'll take the win. Let's hope we can spread this out a little.
Yeah, and not only that, I think the Orioles outplayed the Red Sox defensively, so his tourist didn't get any hits, but played well at shortstop. Utada, we can talk about his bat, but he didn't make an error. Beltre won a couple Gold Gloves, let a ball get by him he should have caught. The same in center field. McDonald overran a single, turned it into a double. So it just didn't play well, and not to mention one for 6 with runners in scoring position. When you talk about the Red Sox,
hey, that's when you jump on them.
Yeah, and they did.
That's when you got to win ball games. Their broadcasters are saying how bad they were, the Orioles, and how the Red Sox gave it away. And we're talking about how the Orioles persevered and saw it through to get a win. Just depends on which booth you're in. A 3-ball, 1 strikeout on Adam Jones. Dice K is one thing we can expect. If you haven't had dinner, you're not going to get it tonight.
Well, unless you're home and
unless you eat about midnight.
Yeah. Well,
he is one of the slowest pitchers in baseball. He takes counts very deep on almost every single hitter. So his games can be torture. Here's the 3-1 delivery to Jones, and he walked it. So the first batter he faces on the year is a free pass.
Yeah, and Adam doesn't walk. So he didn't walk. He walked him. McDonald, Van Every drew the outfield for the Red Sox. Beltre with a couple of Gold Gloves. Scudero, Pedroia a Gold Glover. Youkilis a Gold Glover. And then Victor Martinez doing the catching.
Nick Markakis. Nick standing in with a 2-for-4 in the ballgame last night. He has never had a hit off Daisuke Matsuzaka. He's 0 for 12 against him. Nick, though, has been on fire with that 284 average now. A home run, 4 RBIs. Runner goes. That one down the line. Jones had that base stolen, but the foul ball will bring him back to first base.
Yeah, doesn't run very much, but he said, what the heck, and he gets a great jump. And Vic Martinez has only thrown out 4 of 31. Veritek 1 out of 12.
So that's not good.
No. Veritek last year 10 out of 118. Now it's not just him. It's how you hold them, who gets on, when they get on, what the score is.
Runner not going, and a strike taken by Markakis. Matsuzaka 0-2. Lifetime 3-1 for Matsuzaka against the Orioles here in this ballpark. He has pitched very well. Orioles hope to put a little dent into that. He's 2-1 here, but the ERA is 6.3 when he's pitched in this yard. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, he doesn't give in. He's going to be on the perimeter of the strike zone if he has a good night all night long. 2 years ago, he was 18-3, led the league in walks.
And it gets away, and Jones will get into second base. The Orioles gain a base. Error on the pitcher on the throw to first.
And that's what happens when you start running. He's anticipating maybe that Adam Jones is going to go again and heaves it over Youkilis' head. High fastball over the head of Youkilis.
Well, the Red Sox, who are third from the bottom in fielding percentage, commit their 18th error. Only Detroit with 21 has committed more errors. Now Markakis with a chance for an RBI. The off-speed delivery is away, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count. The Red Sox coughed up an unearned run in the ball game last night in what ended up being a 1-run ball game. Matsuzaka with a 2 ball, 2 strike count in Markakis. You really do have to be patient because of the slow work of Dice K when you're at the plate. Here's the 2-2. Markakis, he's got a base hit. Jones is going to come around to score easily. It'll be an RBI single, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Dice K is all about movement. You know, he's going to cut the ball, run it away, turn it over. He tried to do that. Strike out Nick. Missed with that pitch. Comes back. Watch this cutter come right back into the middle of the plate. Right down the chute. And Nick, little different stance, hands back. He unloads.
5th RBI of the season for Nick Markakis, and the Orioles jump on the Red Sox starter just as they did in the ball game last night when they got a couple of runs. Jones crossing. Now Markakis on at first base, and Matt Wieters' first ball hitting will foul it away.
Well, we always talk about it. I went through it. You come out of the bullpen. The mounds are supposed to be the same. They're not. If you hang a slider, you throw that same pitch in the bullpen, nobody hits it. Come out here, it's real. You don't really know what the strike zone is going to be from the home plate umpire. You can anticipate it, that he's going to make you throw it over. You want to pitch down in the strike zone, but to do that in the first inning on a very hot, humid night, and he hadn't pitched like in this kind of weather all year long, I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that well. It's just a tough environment.
The Red Sox need him to go with a bullpen that has struggled. The Orioles want him out of there as quickly as possible. Matt Wieters, home and road. Very distinct numbers in every category with just that 161 batting average here. And no extra base hits at Camden Yards so far in this, the 11th game. And through that one, 1-2 strike count. Matt hitting .208 with runners in scoring position. The Orioles slowly, as a team, getting that number up a bit as they try and bring some people home. Both with less than 2 out and with 2 out, they still are below that 200 mark. That one to second base, got a chance for 2, but Troy, a big hopper, skidder over turn. How many times has that happened already this year when the Orioles look like they might get an inning going?
Well, again, the 2 strikes is very difficult to really be as disciplined as you'd like with 2 strikes. So Daisuke makes a good play. Matt tries to pull it, kind of rolls over it, and then they turn the double play. You see Marquez trying to get down there and disrupt it, but Taylor made.
Orioles tied for 10th in ground ball double plays hit into so far this season. Here's the hero of last night's ball game, Miguel Tejada. Bases cleared, 2 down. 3 for 7 off Matsuzaka in his career, and takes it inside for a strike last night.
Yeah, it was Miggy time. The single played into a double, the home run to tie it in the 8th, and then the game winner off Manny Del Carmen that said it was a pretty good pitch if I hadn't hung it.
So be it. 0-1 delivery right off the end of the bat, cued, and Miguel Tejada came through with a very big month. Finished up with a 3 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. And obviously, Tejada's lost none of his ability at the plate. .293 for the month of April with 4 home runs. Here's the 0-1 from Daisuke. Tejada will take it outside. 1-1 strike count. With all the discussion that's gone on since Daisuke came over to the Red Sox, it's kind of hard to believe he's just 29 years old.
Yeah. 8 years in Japan.
He's still a pitcher with a lot of innings and games in front of him if he can stay healthy. A big hesitation. 1-2. Outside. 2-2.
And you only see that when he's pitching from the windup, and the way he puts guys on, he doesn't pitch from the windup that much. John Farrell, his pitching coach, looks on. The first year he won 15 games. The next year he went to 18, a little bit more approach. But he's not a guy that if you're late on his fastball and he throws another one you're late on, he's going to throw you 3 in a row. It's just not the way he pitches.
2-2 delivery on the way, and got him to reach for that one. So Matsuzaka gets a strikeout, but the Orioles, with the help of an error, get an RBI by Marquez to take a 1-0 lead. Leaders American League so far. Cabrera had a great month for Detroit. Vernon Wells, Toronto. They are the top two on our Luna doubles board. Here's Youkilis. Had a rare 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Not many times he gets shut down in a game. Ferguson is also shutting down. He's 0 for 5 in the only appearances he's had against the Orioles right-hander. 270, 3 home runs and 12 RBIs in the month of April for Youkilis. And Ferguson falls behind on him, 3-0. Early here, Ferguson working behind the
Is he hitting? Nope.
Took it. Count goes to 3-1. Both of these teams trying to create runs. Red Sox 7th in average, 6th in runs. The Orioles 10th in average and last in runs in the league. 3-ball, 2-strike count on that as he chats with Bill Miller, the home plate umpire.
Yeah, one of the keys for Brad Ferguson, you get a pretty good idea as he does his windup. Can he stay over the pitching rubber long enough to be able to stay, get his arm out in front?
Nick Markakis, long run and no play, foul ball.
And part of the problem, and Rick Kranitz was talking about it, John Stockstill, who is now in charge of the minor leagues, was said that he really rushed through spring training after the shoulder injury and tried to catch up, and really right now is probably opening day for him. And again, he's terrific kid, energetic, controls the running game, pitches quickly, so it's easy to play when he's pitching well.
3-2 to Youkilis, grounder back to the mound. Hello. Fields his position, gets the out. The Orioles really want to get the starters here involved in these W's. Over the last 10 games, the Orioles starters, 5 losses and 5 no decisions. High ERA of 5.37. They've allowed 8 home runs in those 10 games. Opponents have averaged 269. That's not bad. The last starter to win those, Ryan Mattis in Oakland on April 18. Ferguson with 1 down. Here's J.D. Drew.
And that was one of those days where he pitched extremely well into the 7th inning, and they got him 8 runs. And that's what you'd like to see. Doesn't have to be 8, 5, 6. Get him early. It's been difficult.
Drew had a 2-homer ball game last night. He hasn't hit for an average 197, but still has 12 RBIs. He's got 3 doubles and 4 homers. 2-0 delivery. That's in there.
Yeah, he looked like the best 194 hitter in the history of the game last night. And then right here off Jim Johnson to tie it up after the Orioles had taken the lead. And he's just a very disciplined hitter. He makes you throw strikes. He usually sections off the play. Look at those numbers against the Orioles. So obviously, he's a better, and you don't see it very often, a better high ball hitter for a left-hander than a low ball hitter.
2-2 delivery on the way to him. Drew takes it, and it will miss. 3-ball, 2-strike count. J.D. Drew has, over the last 2+ seasons, the highest slugging percentage against the Orioles, period. That one to second base, played by Wiggenton. He's got it. 2 down, 2nd inning. Orioles Red Sox are going to wrap up this 3-game series at Camden Yards tomorrow. 1:35 game start. Good seats still remain. We hope you'll come out. It's supposed to be a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Family, friends, and enjoy a game here at Camden Yards. 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. 2 down, nobody on, and David Ortiz, the designated hitter, will stand in. Ortiz had an 0 for 4 in the ballgame last night, hitting at 143. Theo Epstein, the general manager of the Red Sox, is traveling with the team. I said to Jim, looking down in the field while the Red Sox are taking batting practice, you don't see GMs hanging around a lot to watch BP. This is what he was looking for. Ortiz, and way up, and goodbye, home run. 2 home runs on the year. Both have come against the Orioles. 1-1.
Right, he said it's not mechanical. It's a matter of taking good pitches and then swinging at bad ones. Well, this time he gets, this is like Christmas. Down and in to a powerful left-hander at about 90, 91 miles per hour. It's in the happy zone. And all he has to do is drop the bat. And he did make a good point. When you start hitting well, you usually start hitting good pitches. You wait to get good pitches.
So Ortiz ties the ball game up with his second homer. It is the 5th given up by Brad Ferguson in the 12 innings that he has worked on the year. That ball up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Beltre is on a tear. He's got an 8-game hit streak. He had a 3 for 5 in the ball game last night.
Yeah, right here, that's a big play. John Lackey pitching last night. Ball gets by him, and then right here, he slides into third, over slides. Nice play, good throw, and then hooks Ty Wiggenton, gets an interference call. And not only you get the out at first, but you also you get the out at second. So that's 2 quick outs, and again, in a 1-run ball game, a lot of big plays.
Here's McDonald. David Ortiz, that home run, the 13th of his career here at Camden Yards to tie the ball game up.
You know, Gary, you mentioned it during the game. I was stretching today when I was down at Merritt Athletic Club, and 2 girls were talking. They said, we went to the ballpark. What a great game.
That one is drilled but foul. And you immediately jumped on that.
No, I didn't. I just was sitting there listening. She said, you know, we got to go to Camden Yard. We got to see the Red Sox and the Orioles. I mean, everything happened in last night's game. I mean,
at the ballpark.
At the ballpark.
Yes, it did. They were
an eventful night.
A game that just wasn't going to go away.
Well, we thought that when we went into extra innings.
We did. But it did finally go away.
Yeah, John Lackey really hanging around. Looked like he might win another game against the Orioles.
Darnell McDonald, he will foul it away. Here's one of the strange things of last night's game, as Jim's talking about it. The number 9 hitter last night was McDonald. McDonald picked up 3 walks and scored a run. 3 walks in the ball game to the number 9 hitter, who's, you know, not had many games here under his belt, coming up because of injuries. And that is going to miss inside. 2-2. 2 down, a runner on at first base. McDonald only 3 hits in his last 14 at bats, and a career high 3 walks last night. Most walks allowed. Even with that, the Orioles 77 in the American League are 9th. That one is swung on and missed. Ferguson gets his first strikeout. Ortiz gets the home run with 2 down, a runner left on. Ball game tied at 1.
Game, Miguel Tejada told me that it was clear this team was waiting for something to happen rather than making something happen. He said somebody needed to step it up, and last night Miguel did just that. We all saw the game that he had with the game winner in the 10th. Now, he said going forward, though, it needs to be not just me. The young players need to step up and be the man on any given night because we have the talent to do that. And he said if you look at a good team like the Red Sox or the Yankees, their younger players don't just sit around and wait for the superstars to do all the heavy lifting. They're willing to step up and be the man on any given night, and he said that's what the Orioles need to do going forward, Gary.
And that really, Amber, echoes what Dave Tremblay was saying before the game today about getting others involved.
Well, they'd like to get Luke Scott involved.
Luke has had his problems at the plate. Luke is in there in the designated hitter role again. He had an 0 for 2 in the ball game last night. 194, the 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Scott is 3 for 8 with a home run lifetime off Dice K. Ball game tied at 1.
There's the screwball or the changeup he turns over.
Is that gyro ball?
Well, it used to be, and then it's really pretty much. I mean, you can see right there, he's holding it off on the side, just turns it over. Look at the spin. But that's kind of like a screwball. Yeah.
That was the big word when the Red Sox were getting ready to sign him, that he threw a gyro ball. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. Scott's gone. 2 strikeouts for him. That's Suzanka, 2 in a row, actually.
Well, Dice K is like a guy that goes up to Broadway and, it's a tap dance audition, and he's going to not only show him he can tap dance, but yodel, and he can do the stroll, and he can do. I mean, you're going to see everything. He's not a guy that just is going to throw you 3 fastballs and say, you know what? I don't mean Luke Scott. It's just anybody. It's just not part of his game plan, and that's why the high pitch count.
Exmo brought to you by H.H. Gregg. As you watch that pitch, here's Ty Wigginton. He'll take it for his strike. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg. Price and advice guaranteed.
But again, 93 is going to get some people out if you stay out of the middle of the plate and you have all that other vast array of pitches that he's able to get over.
Wigginton. That'll be inside to him. Ty ended up April with an 0 for 3, but certainly a tremendous month overall with that .308 batting average. Picking up a team-leading 6 home runs, tied for 7th in the league, and 12 RBIs. 1-1 delivery to him. Wigginton outside. He is 1 for 6 in the times against Dice K, who wants a new baseball.
And to me, because the defense is such an important part of your pitching, it looks like he's more comfortable out at second base. Made some nice plays, some good range going up the middle to his right, and then last night a couple to his left.
2-1 delivery from Dice K. Do you know anybody who actually can both yodel and do the stroll?
No, but he could. The baseball, no.
It caught me because I know some people who can yodel, seriously. And I've seen some people do the stroll, but never together.
Not multitaskers.
It's an interesting concept, though. It could be like hip hop. Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way to Wigginton, and that's inside. That is the second walk surrendered. Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Who was the first Japanese-born player to play for the Orioles?
Koji Uehara? I don't know. No, Lenny Sakata.
Lenny Sakata.
Yeah.
And the answer is
Koji. Yeah, Lenny, I think, he was born in the United States, but maybe some of his family had been born in Japan, but he wasn't.
So we were wrong again.
Oh, of course. That's good. That's what we do.
We do that consistently night after night, day after day. We can give you the wrong answer to the trivia question. Ryan Hughes, a 1-0 count. Wigginton on at first base. Hughes 1 hit in his last 10. Had an 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. As Ryan tries to settle in here at the major league level.
He's seen a lot of breaking balls ever since he got a couple of fastballs that hit up in Boston. You get scouted very quickly, very efficiently, very quickly, and if you can't get him out other ways, that's what they're going to try to do. They'll show him the fastball like that, but then they'll come back. We saw Philip Hughes do it when the Yankees were in town. He dropped a couple of curveballs off him, but they were good curveballs. I said, will you please hit a home run? He said, I really would like to.
Yeah. Count on that.
I said, I don't want you to try to hit a home run. I just want you to hit one.
Done. Here's the 2-1 runner going. Swung on and missed, and the throw is right there. Ty Wigginton on what we would suppose to be a hit and run is a caught stealing.
Well, I think a lot of times, yeah, you're right. I don't know if it was a direct one, but not a very big jump. And then a perfect throw by Victor Martinez. So the numbers for Victor coming up as he makes a good throw. Look at the release. I mean, Gary Tuck, one of the better catching instructors around, works for the Red Sox. So they've been working on it. gets the ball to him quickly, he throws him out.
2-2 delivery. Fouled away. So the Red Sox here in the first 2 innings have gotten the double play off the bat of Wieters to help end what might have been a bigger first, and now take the runner out here so that there are 2 down, nobody on in the second. Hughes with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Dave Tremblay trying to create motion that will result in runs for a ball club that has continued to struggle scoring runs. Nice K with a 2-2 delivery, and thought he had it, was headed to the Red Sox dugout.
You can see right there a pretty good idea. Just didn't get the call. Victor Martinez slides down and in. He tries to pepper the inside corner, and if that ball was off the plate, wasn't by much. Very small margin.
3-2 delivery on the way, and that one is swung on and missed, and the tag put on. 3 strikeouts for Matt Suzaka, 2 in the inning. Nobody left on base. Ball game is tied 1-1. With Jim Palmer and Amber Theo Harris, and a real fine crowd. Great to have you with us. Oriole Park at Camden Yards, 1-1 ball game. In the air, center field, hit hard. Jones going back. Van Every, goodbye, home run. The Red Sox continue to use the long ball. That one's out of the yard, and it's a 2-1 Boston lead.
What, 40, almost 41% of their runs from the home run? Van Every with them last year. Started with Pittsburgh, AAA, and this another ball right down the middle. What did we tell you? 0-0. When they put it in contact, 8 for 9. Now make it 9 for 10. That's 900. And it's not that you don't try to throw strike one. You just don't try to throw it down the middle of the plate.
Well, Van Every gets one, his first. Only had 4 at-bats on the season. That'll send Wieters out. 2 home runs in this ball game, 6 on the year, surrendered by Ferguson, and he's only worked 12+ innings. Scudero, top of the order, flying out to center field, his first time out. Scudero, 3 for 7 now, lifetime off Ferguson. The Red Sox, with the 2 home runs that they have hit in this ball game, 44 of their 105 runs have been accounted for via the homer. That is a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 to Scudero, hitting at .275. Here's the 2-1 delivery off his foot. A foul ball. Scudero stays tight.
Well, the things that Amber talked about, Hada saying that everybody had to step up, applies to the Red Sox too. You know, they lost 4 in a row up in Boston, where they haven't played well this year, against Tampa Bay, who's played very well, and went 0 for 32 with runners in scoring position. Now that's a team effort. to do that.
2-2 delivery, a chopper. Cut off to Hada. Running throw. Good one. Scudero retired. Went away here in the third. Dan Avery, by the way, that was his second major league home run, the first one he's hit this year. The percentage of runs that come off homers, the White Sox are number 1, then Toronto, Boston, the Angels, and the Orioles are 5th. Relying on the long ball. Here's Dustin Pedroia, flied out right field first time up, and will take the pitch for a strike. He had his 9th multi-hit game last night. That's tied for 9th in the American League. And that'll be fouled away. He and Brian Roberts, since the start of '07, lead the major leagues in doubles. Brian Roberts has one more than does Pedroia since the 2007 season. Foul back, 2-strike count. Couple of cool nights in the homestand when it started and the ball wasn't traveling at all. This temperature up into the 80s, and yikes.
Well, Jonathan Van Every, hit that ball well. It wouldn't have gone out.
Pedroia can fly, barehanded, guns it, got it.
Yeah, good pitch, nice play. Yeah, a little breaking ball. Of course, Pedroia had the home run to right field, right over there, over the breaking ball, and then Brad pounces on it, throws him out. Yeah, another perspective right there. Good pitch down and away. Even the MVPs from a couple of years ago have trouble handling that one.
2 away after the leadoff homer. Here's Martinez. Martinez grounded out his first time up. 0 for 4 now in the first 2 games of this series. Martinez has had only 1 hit in his last 12 times to the plate. His average has been dipping. It's down to 235 right now. Down to first base this time. Takes the hop for Hughes. And after the homer, Ferguson gets the next 3. But Van Every got the homer, and the Red Sox get the lead. Bargain night as well, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet, so all upper reserve seats are only $8. Call the Orioles for info, 888-848-BIRD, or go to Orioles.com. 2-1 ball game on this spectacular night here at Camden Yards. We go to the bottom half of the third. Orioles will have Reimold as Torres and Jones coming up. Orioles splitting the first 4 games against the Red Sox this year. Last year, they lost the first 4 played against Boston. In fact, they got hammered by Boston in those games, 30-14 was the run differential. The Orioles now have a chance to guarantee themselves a series win if they can get this victory here in Game 2.
Well, Dice K has got good velocity. There have been games where he'd be 89, 90. He's 92, 93 all night long.
Primo the other way down the line. J.D. Drew. You look at the comparison of the first 4 these two teams played this year. Runs are even coming into this ball game. Last year, Red Sox had outscored the Orioles 30-14 to start the season series. So already, as Jim noted last night, much better start. Don't know where it'll end.
Well, it really is. And of course, last year they had Jason Bay and they had Ellsbury, who led the American League and back to Major Leagues with stolen bases with 70. I mean, they're going through some injury problems, as you mentioned. Ellsbury's out, Cameron's out. You're going to see a caged lion tomorrow pitching for him, Josh Beckett, who struggled in his last 2 starts. He will be well intentioned to get back on track.
0-1 delivery, and Torres fouls that one back. He's 0 for 4. That's what he had in the ball game last night, but overall has been hitting very well. The average you see there. Is Torres 7 for his last 17, 3 2-hit ball games in the last 5. Dice K back into the windup and the 0-2 delivery, and got him that off-speed pitch. Let's check in with Amber.
Adam Jones told me he's trying to add more rhythm to his stance, and by that he means moving around a little bit. He said, I realized I'm standing up there like a statue. So, yep, when he walked into the box for his first at-bat, he said he had James Brown on his mind. He wanted to move his legs a little bit. But he said, I realized I better not shimmy too much unless I want a high fastball in my face for the next pitch. So he can't show up the pitcher. But Adam Jones just trying to get on the good foot. You get it?
Yes.
Got it? Okay.
He's going to stroll. I don't know if he can yodel.
Yodeling, strolling, and shimmying. Some very popular dances back in the 50s and yodeling back in the 40s. Here's Adam Jones, and he will take the pitch for a strike. His name was Yodeling Slim Clark. Country music, traveled around the country. Really, it was his real name. He was from Maine. He did shows with Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
Yeah,
he was the opening act.
I certainly know the name Buck Owens.
And Slim could really yodel.
Well, I would think yodeling's harder than strolling, because I used to do the stroll, and I can't never. I guess I'd have to practice. How do you start?
You go to the Motown studios in Detroit
and yodel. I don't think so.
No, not yodeling.
No,
the stroll.
The stroll. No, strolling. Come up with a stroll. It's the yodeling problem. Where would I go
to learn the stroll?
To yodel.
Oh, to yodel.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be a school in Nashville, I bet you, that teaches yodeling, or some person that does it. Yeah.
Oh, you're probably right.
I wouldn't think there'd be any other city, but that might be the one. 2-1 to Jones, is taken down low. I think that should be our next trivia question. Is it harder to yodel or do the stroll?
I think. Well, I could probably get that answer right, because I would vote for
yodeling. 3-1 count on Jones. Adam with a walk scored the run in the first inning on the RBI by Martinez, and punches that one foul, and the count is full, 3-2.
Yeah, the other part, and we saw Adam get 3 hits last night, is that Terry Crowley, you got to go back to Crowley 101, which is basically you do the one-arm drills. And if you look at, there's the crow, you look at the front arm, that gets the bat to the ball on a direct path. Otherwise, you loop. You know, if that front arm is kind of chicken wings where it gets away from you, the bat loops. It's a very long swing. So, and a lot of teams, most teams do this. You'll do a toss drill where you keep the bat in your front arm and you actually hit the ball. And it teaches you a short path to the ball, especially on the ball inside.
Jones 3-2, just loops that one to left center, diving for it, and Every makes the catch. Terry Francona before the game. Why are you starting Van Every in this game in center instead of McDonald? Francona's answer, because what he brings to us is a great glove. Brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. Yet another one-run ball game underway between the Red Sox and the Orioles. Brad Ferguson, no walks to strikeout. 2-3-1 Red Sox, 1-1-0 for the O's. Kevin Youkilis grounded out his first time up. Here's the 0-1 to him. Youkilis towards the hole. Backhanded. This tourist. Long throw and off the mark. So Youkilis is on. Base hit.
Yeah, good throw gets him. Bad throw pulls him off the bag, and it's a tough play. I mean, great shot right here because there's tourists. You see how far he goes. Tries to stop, which he does, and then the throw just goes a little high. So the score, and it's not your average major league play. That's why it's scored a base hit.
4 hits now for the Red Sox. Leadoff man is on for the second time, the other the home run. J.D. Drew grounded out his first time up. The slugging percentages since 08 against the Orioles. Drew's number 1. Then Zobrist, Carlos Quinton, Edwin Encarnacion, and Manny Ramirez. J.D. Drew adding to that, of course, with the 2 home runs he got last night. Drew is also 4th in strikeouts in the American League for the month of April. 12 RBIs, though, to show, and 12 walks. Batting at just .195.
And again, remember what Theo Epstein, the GM of the Red Sox, said. High on-base percentage, plays the heck out of right field. He's got power. And we saw that last night with a couple of home runs. And Boston, if you've ever been to Fenway or ever watched a game, it is very difficult to play right field. A lot of room to cover.
J.D. Drew does it with a minimal amount of effort, seemingly. Really Drew down to first base will foul that one off. His 2 homers last night, 16th multi-homer game in his career, and the 2nd multi-hit game that he has had this season. So he has sprinkled the home runs with needed RBIs. 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be taken outside. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Drew.
Well, a couple of years ago, I think he had 12 in the month of June. And Dave Magadan, the hitting instructor, said it was just like the ball slowed down. And he just waited that extra second on everything.
2-2 delivery to him here, and that's going to miss in a 3-2 count.
Yeah, and you could see he's so relaxed. I mean, it looks like he's going to fall asleep up there, but right there, he just covered the outside corner, and he's got to be right out of the middle of the plate, or he's going to have a good swing.
Runner goes, and that's a fair ball. Youkilis was off and running. He's going to score easily, and going into second base with the RBI double, J.D. Drew, and a 3-1 Red Sox lead.
See what happened there. He forced Brad Ferguson to throw a strike. All those pitches, 5 of them, the 6th one. You can see Hughes. He moves off the bag, and look at that. Looks like a change up, down and in. Didn't locate it away, and he just screams it by Hughes. He'll be in easily, and then Youkilis running on the play is going to score. I mean, that's a smart play. Stay out of double play. You got to, doesn't always make contact, but Youkilis runs well.
And if he's not running, Youkilis doesn't cross. So J.D. Drew with his 13th RBI. Now here's Ortiz, who delivered a homer in the 2nd.
Yeah, he gets the old beefy fastball inside middle and just makes a David Ortiz type swing. It sails out of here.
1-0 delivery.
I don't know what the big deal is, too, Gary, but he's 2 home runs ahead of. Took him all the way till June last year to hit 2, or first.
Bat speed has probably been the number 1 concern for Ortiz and the Red Sox. 2-0 count. Both his home runs against the Orioles. One off Jeremy Guthrie, and this one off Brad Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson doesn't throw as hard as Guthrie, and the count was 2-1 when he went to deep left center in Fenway off of Guthrie.
2-1 delivery on the way to him, and that one in the air to left center field. Reimold, runner back and tagging. J.D. Drew will stay. Ortiz is retired for the first out here in the 4th inning.
It's actually a pretty good at bat by Ortiz, right on it. But again, hits it right to the Reimold.
Brad Ferguson looking for his first win not only of this season but also against the Red Sox. He is 0-1 even though he has a 2.57 ERA against Boston in 2 starts. He's pitched well but has not had a win against the Red Sox. Here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre a single, continuing his hit streak to 8 ball games. Started the day 9th in average in the American League and now hitting at 346.
And he's done it pretty much up the middle into right field. That's what we've seen. Even though, if you go back and look at the numbers, I mean, a couple of years ago, 3 years in a real big ballpark in Seattle, 25, 26, 25 home runs.
Beltre tags at center field. Jones going back, way back in the wall, and that's going to hit at the base of it. High hop, run will score. Beltre a double. J.D. Drew crosses, and it is a 4-1 Boston lead.
Well, again, a lot of the pitches filtering back into the middle of the plate. Take a look right here. They're trying to go in, sink the ball. It stays up, and Beltre, one of the better high ball hitters. And again, there's your H.H. Gregg Exmo, and Jones can't get it.
Boy, is Beltre's got one of the hot bats going right now. That's his 10th RBI. Beltre, that is the 7th consecutive game in which he has reached base at least twice in the game. 7 consecutive where he's been on base at least twice. He was on 3 times in the ball game last night. And still only 1 away with that runner at second. Here's McDonald, strikeout victim, his first time up in the dirt. Wieters to block it. Mark Hendrickson, bullpen action for the Orioles. So Brad Ferguson making his return to going down to the minors to work out problems that had led him to the 0-2 start. Has given up 4 runs on 6 hits. Held up, they look at first, and no, says Chad Fairchild, and a 2-0 count. Jim Johnson sent down today, of course, to make room for Brad Ferguson. Johnson, another one of the pitchers, probably will be back here sooner than later. That one down to third, foul. Like Ferguson, the Orioles want Johnson to just get some work in and try and get himself straightened out.
Well, he's got to get back into a pattern where he executes his pitches. Rick Crann's talking about that. There's a concern from Jim, who has great stuff. In fact, he has 3 above average pitches, but not locating them well. Not able to command the sinker, and worrying that a guy's looking for a pitch. Just execute it and take your chances.
McDonald off the end of the bat. Hughes. Beltre will move over to third base. Regarding Rick Kranitz and what he had to say about Brad Ferguson, let's listen in.
He was in a real quick mode as far as trying to get ready, and I think when he got back down, I think he gathered his thoughts a little bit and relaxed a little bit and pitched the kind of game that he could pitch in AAA. So I certainly expect him to come back being real aggressive with his sinker and certainly getting ahead in the count, like he did when he was here working fast.
Ferguson gets the strike here on Van Every. Van Every delivered the home run, his first of the year, 3rd inning. Van Every was acquired on April 24 from the Pirates when the injuries were mounting, and the Red Sox believed they were going to need some help in the organization as far as outfielders were concerned. They knew Van Every because he had played in Boston in the 08 season and also last year. He got 7 games in an injury-riddled year, then went to the Pirates, and now back with the Red Sox. 2-strike count.
Well, I was talking when I saw him play defense up in Boston. He reminded me of Freddie Lynn, and then even more so when he made that play, that diving play off the bat of Adam Jones to rob Jones of a base hit. And then when he hit the home run, even more of Freddie Lynn. But they knew him.
Got it. So Ferguson comes inside and gets his 2nd strikeout, but a couple of runs in, 3 hits, 1 left on base, a 4-1 Red Sox lead. for Home Depot doing more on defense.
Yeah, great pitch. Even better catch by Van Every in center field.
Right on the money. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. So Van Every, for the very reason he was inserted into the lineup by Terry Francona in center for defense, when McDonald moved from center to left. So the Orioles down by 3, 4-1. Bat here against Daisuke. Matt Suzaka making his first start after the 4-6 season last year. Nick Markakis, a single and an RBI, his first time up. Markakis, Wieters, and Tejada. Nick hitting at .292 now, and that pitch is in there for a strike. For Daisuke over his career, it hasn't mattered which time through the lineup really as to how hitters do. 220 the first time, 252 second time through, 265 third time through. Pretty good numbers. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that is a strike taken. Nick Markakis trying to get it going here for the O's in the 4th inning. Get his first hit with that single off Daisuke, first time up in his career. So now he's 1 for 13 off him, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Long pause. 2-2 delivery on the way, and fouls it back.
Well, again, he's typical of most Japanese pitchers, where, again, Arabu came over when the Yankees signed him. Very deliberate. Koji does this a little bit. Koji Uehara, who's going to pitch, I guess, Monday and Tuesday night, back-to-back nights, an inning. And then possibly, if he comes out of it, he will be here in the big leagues with the Orioles. You know, the pause, gather yourself, and go.
Markakis to short. Scutaro there. 1 down here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, pretty unlucky for Nick. Hit it right on the nose, right to their shortstop, hanging slider.
That'll bring Matt Wieters to the plate. Matt into a double play in the first time up. And again, as happened last night, the Orioles had an opportunity to have a bigger first inning. The first 3 batters reached in the first inning last night against John Lackey. But the Orioles got only a couple of runs out of it. And a double play, strike him out, throw him out, a big part of that. And again in the first inning here, first 2 got on. Wieters hits into the double play, and Tejada strikes out.
Yeah, a little different story in the sense that it was the first pitch that Lackey threw to Atkins, and it was 2 strikes to Matt Wieters, who had to put the ball in play. Well, you'd like to be a little more selective with the bases loaded and the pitcher in trouble. Even though Lackey, very much like Daisuke, he was having trouble with his command, but they don't give in. They find a way.
1-1 is fouled back.
Well, if I'm the Red Sox, I don't know how this is going to turn out, and they said he came into spring training in much better shape than last year, but then got the next spring. He's throwing the ball well to me. And this is as good as I've seen him throw the ball in 2 years.
He had 3 rehab assignments with AAA Pawtucket before tonight. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Wieters takes and just missed with that one. And the count will go to 2-2. Obviously, this would really help the Red Sox if Daisuke can come back and be what he was a couple of years ago.
At the end of the day, though, they're going to have to start scoring some runs, too, when you get the bullpen settled down.
That one he left up high, too high though for Wieters to do anything with it but foul it off. It'll stay at a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, he doesn't throw a whole lot of balls in the middle of the plate, and when he did, Nick Markakis hit it right at their shortstop.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. And almost caught a bit of the jersey as he comes across the plate. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, you see, no matter what the score, Daisuke will keep pitching the same way. He'll run these counts deep. Try and force hitters to hit his pitch and not offer up many that are going to be in the middle. Here's the 3-2. And Wieters had to slow his swing down and fouls it off to hold the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, the amazing thing is his second year with Boston, he went 18-3 with a 2.90 ERA, a lot better than the first year at 4.40. But in 29 starts, only pitched 167 innings, so that's a little over 5 innings a start. And then the bullpen had to come in because the pitch count would get up there over 100, 105, 110.
3-2 fouled away. Terry Francona talking with him before the game today. Anything about Dice K that you've tried to alter as far as that sort of pitching history? And he said, nope. He said, we know what he is. That's the way he pitches. That's what made him successful. We're not going to touch that. We know there'll be a lot of pacing going on in his games, a lot of deep counts, but that's who he is. Again, the 3-2 delivery on the way, and Wieters takes that to left field, but it's an atom ball. McDonald right there. 2 down.
Yeah, it takes him a while, but I think part of pitching is to realize you have 7 guys playing behind you. And you've taken advantage of them this inning. Line drive short, line drive to left.
He has 4 strikeouts in this ball game. His career high is 10. He has struck out 10 in 3 separate games. So he's not somebody who piles up a lot of strikeouts in ball games. He'll get key ones. Here's Tejada. Tejada, strikeout victim. Miggy's had a 5 for 16 here in the homestand and fouls that one straight back. Orioles here at home coming in with just a .227 batting average and a little under 3 runs a game. They are 3.5 runs on the road, hitting at .252. Well, the O's bats have been quiet this season at Camden Yards, and obviously it is early, only the 11th home game. A chopper going to require a good play by Beltre. Oh, strong arm. And a 1-2-3 inning. We've completed 4 here at Camden Yards. Game 2 of the 3 Red Sox and O's. It's 4-1 Boston. Savings of America and Southwest Airlines. Sunday, May 16, fans get a reserve Utah Street bleacher seat, the exclusive 2110 Utah Street t-shirt, and it's just $21. Nick and Adam, of course, will be out there interacting with fans. You'll pick up some baseballs. They will be giving away some extra promotion prizes. And there they are. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com, 2110 Utah. Inside for a ball to Marcos Scutaro. We go to the 5th inning. Scudaro's had an 0 for 2. Ortiz, a solo home run. J.D. Drew, RBI double. And Jonathan Van Every, a solo shot. Accounting for the Red Sox lead here in the ball game. And that's going to be a base hit. So Scutaro is on. He's got a 5-game hit streak now, and that's a leadoff single.
Man, the bullpen's going to scurry again because you don't want to get any farther behind. You know, Brad Ferguson, there haven't been a lot of bad pitches, but everyone gets hit because it's 89 to 91, 90 miles per hour right in the middle of the plate. And, you know, that's not how he pitched last year. I mean, it is a new year. It just seems like it still doesn't have the good sink. It's just a little flat.
That is in there for a strike. Pedroia's 0 for 2. He is flied out and grounded out. Pedroia comes into the day's play with the third best road average at 429. Fourth most home runs on the road, 4. And fifth most RBIs on the road. He will foul that one off. And an 0-2 count.
You know, and it was kind of interesting thing. I ran into Jim Beattie, who is scouting, and he was saying that what happens, and it's a great point. He said when guys get arm injuries, your arm stops hurting, but if it's not strong, the radar gun may be the same, but that little finish, and that's the difference sometimes of the ball sinking or staying up, or you finish your slider. And again, I think a lot of times when your arm strength is not what it was last year when he came up, you're trying to overthrow, so a little more tension with the fingers. You're not as relaxed. Jay Frembley said, you know, I hope he's relaxed. It's hard to relax when you don't know how you're going to do.
You're looking for that first win. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pedroia back over to the bag.
And it's not like last year where the Orioles really didn't have a lot of choices, so they bring Brad up, and I mean, he really pitched well. Now you got Tillman, who pitched a no-hitter, you know, last week, and he's coming off back-to-back starts. Arrieta's been pretty consistent. So it's, you know, you want to do well. It's just hard to relax sometimes.
Nice catch. Had the big webbing and used it.
He's got Gus Triendo's catcher's glove for Hoyt Wilhelm. Ooh. Well, right in the web.
The heel may.
There's a web, Jim.
There you go, right there. That's going to be seen. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Pedroia. Runner goes. Huge jump up the middle, right to the bag. Only one. Good play by Wiggenton. Scudero running is in at second base. Pedroia retired.
Yeah, they start him. You think that maybe he'll get the force at second base because both of the shortstop, look at his turrets. He's going up the middle. Wiggenton already playing there. Makes a nice play. Just sets himself. And then Marco Scudero, the wise thing, getting down. He'll take one in the helmet.
Now Victor Martinez. Martinez, the RBI chance. He has grounded out twice in the ball game. Martinez just 176 with runners in scoring position for the Red Sox. 5 RBIs for him. And the breaking ball from Brad Ferguson is in there for a strike. Middle of the order now for the Red Sox. Oakland beat Toronto today 4-3. Danny Evelyn took his first loss. He is now 2-1 for the Jays. Here's the 0-1 delivery outside. White Sox beat the Yankees today 7-6. Bullpen got the job done. David Robertson took the loss in the game out of the pen.
Oh, remember that stat we have? 60% of the balls that were put in playoff. Dave Robertson, who had a great year last year, were safe this year for base hits. I mean, that's not that they hit that many, but that's a phenomenal percentage. I think the league average was 29.
Andrew Jones had a couple of homers for the White Sox today. 1-1 delivery, runner at second base. That'll be taken for a strike by Martinez.
I was watching some of the game in the locker room, and I was surprised. I mean, Andrew really looks fit. Looks like he's dropped a significant amount of weight.
How long's his contract good for?
Probably on a 1-year deal.
1-2 count on Martinez. Runner at second base. Pretty good lead. Pitch is going to miss away by Brad Ferguson. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ferguson trying to keep this at a 4-1 game. Martinez with Youkilis to follow. The RBI chance for him. Ferguson has not walked anybody. Has struck out 2, but Red Sox have 7 hits. 2-2 delivery. Left field. Reimold. Second out here in the 5th.
Pretty nice breaking ball that just started away, caught the outside corner.
Here's Youkilis coming up. So today the Detroit won again today over Anaheim 3-2, but I was looking at that leadoff batter, Austin Jackson. Jackson went 1 for 5 today. He's now hitting .356. He's the early leader for Rookie of the Year in the American League. 2 down. Youkilis to third. Miguel Tejada with a big stop, up and throws and gets it. Fine defensive play, saving a run. Miguel Tejada at third base with Scudero at second. If that goes by, it's an easy RBI. 4-1. Buck.
And puzzles, and is sold exclusively at all Camden Yards program stands. So pick up a copy of Orioles Magazine or Orioles Kids during your next visit to Camden Yards. Gary?
Yeah, great keepsakes for the kids who come to the ballpark. Red Sox maintaining the 4-1 lead. Tejada making sure it stayed there with that fine defensive play. Dice K, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Man, very, very good tonight. Good stuff, good command. You know, the walks, that's pretty incidental for him. You know he's going to walk people, as we said 2 years ago. 97 walks, and that was only in 167 innings. That led the American League.
Let's see if the bats can get going here against Dice K in his first start of the year. Luke Scott, Wiggenton, and Hughes. Scott struck out his first time up. And takes it up high. Did want to say in the Austin Jackson with the Tigers note I saw today, he had, in the month of April, 36 hits and 99 at-bats. He is the first Tiger in the 110-year history of that ball club to have that many hits in his first 100 at-bats. Now, that's a lot of big names.
More than Al Kaline?
More than Al Kaline, more than Ty Cobb. But Cobb, his first month of his first rookie year, there were he had family health problems, so he couldn't play the full month. Or he might have had that many hits.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet him in spring training. And, of course, he came over in that Curtis Granderson trade. So the Yankees get Granderson who hit 30 home runs and stole a bunch of bases. And they get Austin Jackson. That's, again, developing talent in your minor leagues and then trying to get a guy like Granderson. But there's another kid, Scott Sizemore, that's a very good second baseman. So they have a couple of young players that you can plug in. You know, Austin Jackson, I guess he was a very good point guard. Also, so, you know, pretty well-rounded athlete.
Plays center field for the Tigers. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that one floats away. Not where Dice K intended it to go. As he looked in at, discussed with himself. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Scott. .37 wins and 21 losses in the major leagues for Matsuzaka. The 2-2 delivery on the way. Scott fouls it back.
Well, another gyro ball. Just turned the changeup over, but it stayed up.
You can see how hard it is to time Dice K.
Well, and then he's got the big sweeper. The big breaking ball, and he throws that at different speeds. And he even adds and subtracts on his fastball. And he doesn't really stick to one inning. I mean, he's totally unpredictable.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Scott got jammed on that one and fouls it off.
Well, Luke is really scuffling. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in that melon. I mean, you know, he's trying to stay to left field, trying to stay up the middle, trying to stay back. And that's what happens when you struggle. Same thing when you're pitching. Where's my release point? Am I getting over my front side? Where are my checkpoints? Difference is when you throw a ball versus hitting it, probably easier to throw. There's a lot of factors when a guy like Dice K is trying to get you out.
2-2 delivery to Scott. A little bit too far in front, and we'll foul that one off. Lucas had only 3 hits here against the left-handers, 10 off the right-handers so far. A year ago was hitting .260, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. This year the .191, 1 less homer, 4 less RBIs.
Well, maybe this is going to be the year that he'll have the good second half. Had a great first half last year.
Again, the 2-2 pitch. Beltre going back.
Yeah, where's Scudero?
And he's got it.
He goes, well, you know, after the play he made over his shoulder yesterday, Marco Scudero says, you don't need me.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
Go get it. As you saw, Scudero wasn't even in the picture.
No, he just said, you know, go get it, Adrian. You won a couple of Gold Gloves.
Beltre hauls it in.
Of course, the way he's hitting, you think he doesn't have a little spring to his step when he's playing third, because he never had a problem there.
Here's Ty Wiggenton. Wiggenton drew a walk. The one of 2 surrendered. Leadoff walk to Jones resulted in the Orioles' run, which was unearned in the first inning. And then Wiggenton drew a 1-out walk in the second, taken out on a caught stealing and what looked like it was a hit and run. Wiggenton 3 hits in his last 13 at bats. 1-0 delivery is going to skip away. He's been on base 15 of the last 17 ball games, one way or the other. And Wigginton's contributions to the offense obviously have been enormous. Delivery. Got that one. Left field. That is way back. That is near the wall. Goodbye. Home run. Ty Wigginton with a solo shot to make it 4-2.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with a 2-0 fastball in the middle of the plate. I mean, he's got to throw a strike. Doesn't want to walk him with a 4-1 lead. Don't want to throw a home run either, but to Ty Wigginton, the ball up in the middle of the plate is going to get hit hard, and that gets hammered into the seats. Ball's flying.
7th home run, 13th RBI, makes it a 4-2 ball game.
And Kay says, you know what, Fenway, that's probably a single because you hit it so hard. They would have played it off the wall. And
came with 1 down and fouled away by Hughes, a strikeout victim, first time up. The leader in home runs, Paul Konerko, off to a great start for the White Sox, 11 in the month of April. Robertson, Cano, Vernon Wells with 8. And now Wigginton is tied with the 7 mark. Nelson Cruz, Gonzalez, and Guillen. Towards the middle. Pedroia's not going to get that one. And Hughes is on with a base hit, and the Orioles get the potential tying run to the plate.
yeah, up to the, you know, this will be what, the week anniversary of getting called to the big leagues. He gets his hits. Terry Crowley said he likes his bat speed. He thinks he's strong. He competes in the box. And they're going to have to work on a few things. Of course, that's a great thing about being here. Terry Crowley, one of the more accomplished batting instructors.
Nolan Reimold will take it for a strike. Reimold flied out to right field, his first time up. Orioles trying to get it back now here in the 5th inning. A homer by Wigginton, the single by Hughes.
And this is a guy they got to get going.
Orioles have only 3 hits.
Well, that guy could get healthy and come back and play. Of course, Brian Roberts, Ty Wigginton talking to him.
There's no date on that.
Nope.
He's not doing anything baseball-wise.
Well, he's pretty much doing exactly what he should do to get well. That herniated disc usually heals itself, but hard to do that if you're doing baseball activities, as you mentioned.
Down low, Reimold takes it. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Reimold. This is Dice K's first start. Terry Francona said before the game they're not going to have a pitch count on Dice K. We're just going to watch his effectiveness. He said with 3 starts that he made at Pawtucket, I don't think we need a pitch count on him.
Yeah, 78 pitches now, but they're going to look forward to see if he's getting behind. He got behind Wiggenton, hit a home run. Hughes had a good at bat. Really a mistake there.
2-1 delivery inside to him, and a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, see, this is what they're looking for, those hitters' counts. And of course, the Orioles are trying to take advantage of those.
Three and 1. Hughes at first and walked it. So 3 in a row on after the first out recorded, and that will bring John Farrell, the pitching coach, to the mound. Keeping an eye on these throughout the season for you. Real high count for Dice K in first pitch strikes, 50%. Brad Ferguson. For most pitchers, it changes the outcome of that at bat if you can get the first strike.
Well, usually, and it's about a 50 point, and it really changes from pitcher to pitcher depending on your stuff. I mean, Nolan Ryan could throw ball 1, and the next one could be about 99, and maybe he wouldn't hit it.
Well, Farrell has the talk. For Dice K, if he throws a first strike, lifetime hitters have hit 212 off him. If he throws a ball on the first pitch, hitters are 261.
Yeah, so that's 40 points, and again, he nibbles, so he's never going to give in. Most guys, it goes up into the 280 range.
Is Turris 2 on and only 1 away. Shows bunt.
Oh, that ball's so far outside. Just because you attempt to bunt on it doesn't mean it's a strike.
Hughes the lead runner. Reimold at first. As Turris a strikeout victim his first time up. Beltre even with the bag at third. As Turris towards short. Slow roller. Scudero 1. No play for Pedroia. They get the force out on Reimold. First and third now with 2 away.
Yeah, Dice K makes a terrific pitch. And again, you have to cover the outside corner when the umpire calls 1 2 inches off the corner. So he gets a slow roller. They know. Pedroia. He understands what's going on. Can't turn one. He knows this right here. I mean, he's already read it. I'm going to take the ball, get the out, fake the throw, and then just see if maybe the runner goes too far around third.
Well, that will leave it up to Adam Jones to try and get it done with 2 away. The Orioles down by a score of 4-2. A run in on the homer by Wiggenton. A solo shot in the inning. Jones has walked and flied out. Van Avery with a fine catch in center robbed him of a hit his last time up. 1-0 count. Adam is looking. There's Wiggenton who had the homer. Jones is looking for his first hit this year with runners in scoring position and 2 away. He is 0 for 7.
They have 1 for 13 collectively.
1-0 delivery. 1-1.
Well, I will say this about Dice K and watching him now for the 4th year. He is the master of never, ever showing an emotion. You would never know what the count is, what the score is. It's the same placid features. And
no play.
The amazing number a couple of years ago when he was 18-3 is that he had the bases loaded 14 times and did not give up a base hit. Never.
He is a product of the Japanese culture with the stoic work ethic. Do not show your emotions. He grew up, taught all of that, and has continued that in his baseball career. 1-2, the look to third.
Well, his legend started in their high school tournament, which is about as important as anything. And he pitched 17 innings, 250 pitches. Next day, he went to the outfield, came in and got the save, and then pitched a no-hitter in the final. All within a week.
1-2 delivery, and that's way outside. Martinez had to go outside to get it. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Big at bat in the ball game for the moment, as the Orioles have a chance with 2 down to make this a 1-run ball game. If Jones can pick up a base hit here, trying to get that run in from third. Hughes is Turris at first. That's Uzaka's 2-2 delivery. Jones will take it outside. So the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that right there is good news for Adam Jones, because that's the pitch that has gotten him out a lot this year that he's gone after.
Well, again, one of the reasons you try to shorten the swing is exactly for this type of count where you don't know what he's going to throw. But you want to wait as long as you can and try to identify the pitch.
3-2 down as Turris runs. A slow roller. Beltre's going to have to make it. Barehanded, no play. And it's a 4-3 game. An infield hit for Adam Jones on an RBI.
Well, there's no way he's going to throw him out. And again, it's a good breaking ball. He just rolls over it. Beltre knows there is no chance. And he just picks it up and figures, why throw it away with a 1-run lead now? What's this slowing away slider? About 6-8 inches outside, and Adam able to reach it and gets lucky, gets an RBI, gets that base hit, first time with 2 outs.
6 RBIs on the season. Runners still at first and second base with 2 down. Nick Markakis, he has singled and lined out. That's Uzaka. That's going to be a base hit center field. Big jump is Turris coming around. No play at the plate. This game is tied at 4 as the Orioles battle back in the 5th inning.
Well, the things the Orioles haven't been doing, they've done in the last 2 games, which is get the big hit. With 2 outs right here. I mean, a scorching line drive back up the middle. Nice swing for what's new from Nick Markakis, and his Turris with great speed easily scores to tie it up.
So right back in the ball game. Orioles, who are hitting .157 with runners in scoring position and 2 down. Back-to-back singles in this inning in that situation. Matt Wieters, now a chance for the Orioles to take the lead.
And it's just a matter of time till Matt Wieters gets into one.
Nick Markakis, 2 RBIs in the ball game. He's got 6 on the year. He's at first. Jones at second. Wieters, the 1-0. 1-1. He is hit into a double play and flied out. Tim Wakefield moved out of the starting rotation because of Matt Uzaka. Is now up in the bullpen. One and one. Wieters, left field, ball tag, back near the wall. Matt Wieters, goodbye, home run! A 3 RBI shot from Matt Wieters, and the Orioles lead it 7-4.
Just a matter of time.
We'll take a look at a 3-run shot. Fairly friendly confines here, especially if you go the other way as a left-handed hitter. Here's your forward drive of the game. He's going to give the Orioles a 3-run lead right here. Fastball, he tracks it, and then smacks it into the seats.
Ford drive of the game, good for 3 RBIs. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford drive 1. Leaders first of the year, 5 RBIs on the season. And just like that, what was a Red Sox 4-1 lead is now an Orioles 7-4 advantage.
Well, warm night, and he really looked like, to me, that he lost command of his stuff. He was very crisp for 4 innings, and here in the 5th, it's gone.
Tejada's the 9th Oriole to hit in the inning.
And he's still out there.
1-0 deliveries up high. Wakefield, of course, throwing the knuckler. Doesn't take long to warm up. He's ready if needed. So Waiters gets the long ball.
Yeah, the Red Sox certainly are still in this game. I mean, it's anybody's game. It's 7-4. How many guys get to give up 6 runs and are still out on the mound?
Here's the 2-0 delivery. Tejada jumps on it. That's in the gap in left center field. Wakefield fooling nobody. Tejada will go to second base. He is on with a double. And the Orioles have batted around in the 5th inning.
Yeah, Miggy, the big night last night with a home run, sacrifice fly, single to center, gets a hanging slider and doubles up the gap. It's going to get Terry Francona out.
Six hits in the inning against Matsuzaka. And the man whose place he took in the starting rotation will come out of the bullpen. Matsuzaka had surrendered 1 hit and 1 unearned run. The Orioles put it to him in this inning. 6 hits off him, and they have scored 6 runs.
Yeah, the irony is that Tim Wakefield actually pitched last Sunday, left with a 4-1 lead. The bullpen did not pitch very well. You know, he struggled early on in that game and then really settled down. So there is a season. The numbers aren't glowing. Had a very good spring at 8. You know, back surgery in the offseason, signed a 2-year deal. And he has gone 162 starts since his last relief appearance. That's a long way back. All the way to June 9th, 2004. That's eons ago.
So the veteran Wakefield with a runner at second base will face Luke Scott. Scott has struck out and popped out. And Scott on the knuckler will foul it away. For the Orioles tonight, the problem area, runners in scoring position all year. Not tonight so far. 4 for 5.
Well, they're over 200 as a team now. Well over. Came in at 198.
And the Orioles getting much of this done after there were 2 down. Swung on and missed. RBIs, Jones, Markakis, and the 3 by Wieters all came after there were 2 outs. The home run by Wiggenton started the inning out. A solo shot with one away.
And you could see again, he got behind him 2-0, and I got to think the weather might have had something to do with it. I mean, it's pretty comfortable up here, but much hotter than most likely the weather he's pitched in.
Wakefield outside with it.
I mean, there's a big guy right there with the 3-run shot. I mean, that's kind of kicking a little dirt on the grave.
1 ball, 2 strike count to Hatta. RBI chance here for Luke Scott. 0 for 4 in the 2 games so far, and that knuckler is fouled off.
Well, it's dancing. It was rolling early in Tim's last start against the Orioles, and then all of a sudden he found it.
What a difference going from Matsuzaka to Wakefield.
Well, I was talking to him today. I've always called him the man for all seasons because he'll do anything you ask. He wasn't happy about going to the bullpen because he still thinks he can start and be efficient.
1-2 delivery outside. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Little shift on as they move Scudero almost behind second on Scott, leaving Beltre alone on that third base side.
Boy, you'd like to pick up another run. Just another opportunity to add on.
Each team with 7 hits in the ball game. 2-2 deliveries and struck him out. So Wakefield comes on to get the out, but for the Orioles, a big inning. They pick up 6 runs on 6 hits. 3 RBI homer. Matt Wieters, 7 for Orioles. This Thursday night, the Orioles alumni viewing party with Masson and former O's center fielder Al Bumbry. Al's going to be at High Tops from 7 to 9. Orioles are going to be facing the Twins. It'll be on Masson 2 HD starting at 8. For complete details, visit OriolesReach.com. How things change in a hurry. So Brad Ferguson out with a chance to be the winner, and here's Mark Hendrickson.
Yeah, his last appearance against the Yankees, not a good one. 5 hits in the 1 inning. There are the numbers for the years. You can see all the strikeouts, 11 in 9 innings pitched and only 2 walks. Just did not really have great command against the Yanks. They usually require that you have your A game, but they're going to get their hits and runs.
Hendrickson working with the lead. Jonathan Van Avery with a solo home run at the bottom. Ortiz with the other. RBI, Beltre with a single. Pitch is taken inside. Well, the Orioles with a very big inning. One they've been waiting for an entire month. 1-1 delivery, and that is a strike taken. J.D. Drew an RBI double last time up. Drew has a 1 for 2.
And of course the Red Sox, they go back when they're trailing to that Monday night game when they beat the Blue Jays up in Toronto 13-12. Got him. Perfect pitch. You know, J.D. Drew, when all he does, the head just drops. He thinks it's slow. Just watch the head. And Bill Miller's going to call him out. And the sigh.
Ferguson worked 5, 3 runs, 7 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts on his return. Ortiz had a home run off Brad Ferguson. Takes it for a strike. He is also flied out. Ortiz against the lefties so far, 2 for 12. 167 off left-handers, 136 off right-handers.
And you know why they brought in Hendrickson, the mark because of the left-handers. Ortiz is in the lineup. Drew, of course, he hits lefties all the time. You got Van Every, he's already hit a home run. But normally, Mark Hendricks is better. I mean, lefties this year until Drew just made it out, they were 6 for 15, so now 6 for 60.
And Ortiz is gone. 2 quick strikeouts for Mark Hendrickson.
Well, a series of quality pitches to both Drew and then right here to Ortiz. Knee high on the outside black. That's the little black that goes around the plate. Very tough to get to.
6th inning, bases empty, 2 down. Beltre, he's been like Cano was with the Yankees. Unstoppable. He's had a double and a single and an RBI in the game. Hendrickson, though, is going to get him. Fly ball to center field. Jones is there, and he's got a good, quick inning after the Orioles' big inning. Exactly what Hendrickson wanted.
Home run off of Brad Ferguson, his first of the year. Down 4-1 in the 5th. Wiggenton's going to make it 4-2, and then all of a sudden the onslaught starts. 6 runs on 6 hits. A 3-run home run makes it 7-4 off the bat at Matt Wieters. Had a walk in there, and the Orioles lead it by 3.
Brad Ferguson with a chance to win in his return game. Out of there, 5 innings worked. Wieters and Wiggenton the dingers, and Marquez 2 singles and 2 RBIs. So the Orioles in that inning, a new season high in runs in an inning. It had been 4. And hits in an inning. It had been 5. That one drilled. Will it stay fair? Way back. And goodbye home run. Ty Wiggenton. Back-to-back home runs in at bats for Wiggenton. His 8th of the year, and it is 8-4.
Well, he's a gamer. He wasn't happy with his performance last year, and he did come to spring training not knowing whether he was going to play. A lot of people thought that maybe somebody else would pick him up. There wouldn't be room. Well, there's been tons of room, and there's tons of room down the left field line as he makes it 8-4. The Orioles have doubled up the Red Sox to this point.
Ty Wiggenton, 8 home runs. Here is Ryan Hughes. He has singled and struck out. 8 runs on 8 hits now for the Orioles. Ty Wiggenton, a multi-homer game. That 3-run homer, by the way, by Wieters is the first 3 RBI homer that the Orioles have had this year. So the month of May is already looking a whole lot better than the month of April.
That's right.
That's a base hit by Hughes.
Wow.
Single through the hole. He's 2 for 3 in the game.
It's a pretty nice approach. Again, you got to wait. I mean, the knuckleballs in Boston were like 64 miles per hour. His fastball is 73. Put down, wait. Boy, look at the head behind it. Inside out into the left field. Nice stroke.
His second multi-homer game of the season, as Wiggenton did it against Tampa Bay off Neiman and Soriano. It's the 11th career multi-homer game for Wiggenton. And the Orioles now with 9 hits. Nobody out, 6th inning, 1 on. Reimold has walked and flied out. Tim Wakefield on in relief. Reimold will take it, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. For Wakefield, 3 home runs surrendered in the 26 innings he has worked on the season. Gary Francona saw his club kind of just cruising along until that 5th inning came up. 1 hit for the Red Sox off Dice K. And then 6 in 1 inning and 6 runs to go with it.
Well, the cardinal rule for a pitcher is to stay away from the big innings, and Dice K couldn't do that. I mean, it happened so fast. Jerry couldn't even get somebody up and into the game.
1-2 delivery, a chopper up the middle. Scudero to play it. 1, Pedroia relay to first, down in time. Good effort, and Pedroia got tagged on the slide by Hughes.
Well, that's a pretty gutsy play because your back is to the runner. The ball is way up the middle. Looks like it's going to be a base hit. Nice range by Scudero right here. I mean, you can hear the thunder coming. You think that you couldn't hear those horses at Louisville today in the rain? Well, you can hear it if you're a second baseman for the footsteps.
And he got upended on a clean slide. That'll put Reimold on at first base now with 1 away. Here's his Torres, fielder's choice, and is struck out, and will foul it back.
And Cesar turns around like he did on Sunday. He's not going to mess up his stroke hitting the knuckleball left-handed. Robbie Alomar did that.
Right.
Yeah. I know Robbie did it. Didn't really recall. I don't think Don Buford, who was a switch hitter for us. Same, I don't think Kenny.
Oh! Wakefield knocks it down, goes to second and gets the out. Not only did he get it out, he got the lead runner and a shot right back at him.
Pedroia says something. Let's take a look right here. Where did it hit? Hard to tell from that angle. Got the glove, the body, snap throw.
May have got the glove on that and knocked it down before he got too much of the midsection. There are 2 down.
He's not leaving.
Jones, an RBI single, a walk, and a run scored. Adam at 229 now. With the knuckler, strike 1. Daisuke Matsuzaka, 7 runs, 6 earned, 7 hits, 4 2/3 innings. He walked 3 and struck out 4.
It was the Adam Jones show in batting practice today. I mean, rockets everywhere. Right field, center field, left field. It's only BP, but again, if he can ever channel his strength in his swing.
Adam is 1 for 9, lifetime off Tim Wakefield, the Red Sox reliever. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and he just sits on that and drives it up the middle. So he's got a 2-hit ball game.
Well, the Crow, Terry Crowley, just said he got bad habits. Had a real good spring. And then you think that you can. It's such a difficult thing to go up and hit. And all the great hitters had such great discipline. And they, what did Wade Boggs started his career with the Red Sox? He said, I never really go into a slump. I go into a period of adjustment or readjustment. You don't change the stance. You don't overthink. You just kind of get back to maybe a little different focus or a more. And there's our in-game box score. Pretty good one for the Orioles tonight with that 6-run 5th.
Up and down the line, contributions.
Yeah, well, the bottom two, Reimold did get on, though, with a walk and scored. The bottom last night is, 0 for 16, 0 for 17?
0 for 16, yeah, the last 5 in the lineup. Here's Nick Markakis. No offers coming his way of late. He's got 2 hits in this ball game, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. So he's had 4 hits in 7 at-bats in the first 2 games. First and second, 2 outs. Markakis takes it, and it is a strike, 2-1. Well, Markakis adding another of the multi-hit games. He's got 9. He's got a couple of 3-hit ball games this year. 9 total multi-hit games. 2-1. Wakefield's delivery to him, hit in the air to right field. He got a lot of it back near the scoreboard. And goodbye, home run! The second 3 RBI homer for the Orioles in the game. This one by Nick Markakis. It is 11-4.
First home run was the other night, the deep left center field, and this one, knuckleball at 66 miles per hour. And it's going to just barely get over the wall here at Camden Yards.
An explosion of offense for the Orioles tonight. 2-3 RBI homers. They didn't have one in April. Tim Wakefield coming on in relief and getting batted around. That ball clearly not moving enough for him and moving just enough for the Orioles. A chopper to second base by Wieters. Pedroia gets it over and gets the out. But the Orioles, again, a big inning as they come up with 4 more. Ty Wigginton's got 2 home runs in this ball game. Millwood against Josh Beckett. Our coverage on MASN HD begins at 1 O's Extra, presented by a local Ford dealer, followed by game coverage at 1:30 on MASN HD and WJZ. All the access you need right here on MASN. Will it be a chance for a sweep for the Orioles?
Well, I think anytime you get Beckett, who has pitched very well here at Camden Yards, but he has been struggling. But then again, as Terry Francona said, their work ethics. So there you go, 11 runs most this season. Yes.
Ian Wiggenton and Wieters piling them up here. The Orioles had a 3-homer game against Tampa Bay back on April the 6th. Here in this ball game, 3 home runs, 2 by Wiggenton, Wieters, and Markakis the 4th. That'll be hauled in by Markakis. McDonald retired, 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 away, top half of the 7th inning.
And so much of your momentum is with your bullpen or your starters, where you get continuity. And Mark Henderson comes in after the 6-run 5th inning and just retires now 4 in a row. And those first 3 allow you to get back up to the plate, and you put another 4 runs on the board. That's huge.
Pinch hitter Bill Hall is going to be up for Van Every, and he will take the pitch. Van Every had his first home run of the year back in the 3rd inning, and also was a strikeout victim. There are the numbers for Hall, another one of the Red Sox players being moved about in the outfield and the DH role. And he gets a base hit into right field. Wanted him up against the left-hander. It worked. Hall single with 1 away in the 7th. Saw an interesting note the other day that you count the Red Sox right now with Cameron and Jacoby Ellsbury out of there. 7 of the position players they have are either bench players or DHs. 7 on this roster right now because of what they're going through. And look, when you get a ball club in that situation, there's Ellsbury who's working out with the ball club. You get a Red Sox in this situation, nail them.
No, you're right.
That's the name of the game.
I mean, the Orioles are undermanned because of
exactly
a couple of guys out, and nobody feels sorry about beating them up. And
nope.
You know, when you play the Red Sox like now, and you have to understand, Jason Bay is playing for the Mets, who have been playing very well, and he's no longer there. Cameron took his place; he hasn't played. Ellsbury led the league in stolen bases. I mean, the dynamic offensive and defensive player. So they're not at full strength. So that's part of the season. Yeah.
As the baseball adage is, it's not only who you play, it's when you play them. 2-0 count. Orioles have 11 runs on 11 hits. That one to the gap in left center field by Scudero. Over to get it Reimold, trying for 2. Throw coming into second base, not in time. 2 for 4 ball game for Scudero with a double and a single. And the Red Sox come back here in the 7th inning with 2 on and 1 away.
Well, remember I mentioned the game in Toronto, 13-12, seesaw all the way till the end. So they're not going to go away. I mean, they're used to winning. And the guy that's stepping to the plate now, I mean, he's like a jockey. I mean, he's going to whip this team into playing their best baseball. It's acceptable to lose. It's unacceptable not to play your heart out. I mean, that's just the way he plays the game. And, you need people like that on your ball club. That's why I admire this kid so much.
Dustin Pedroia's got an 0 for 3. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Hitting at .293. 2 in scoring position for him. 1 out. And the pitch will miss for a ball. Pedroia .292 off left-handers. .306 right-handers. Doesn't really matter very much. And Pedroia, as we mentioned, starting out with a .429 average on the road. 1-0 pitch to him. Towering foul ball. 1-1.
And the base hit he got last night. I mean, forget the home run. He hit to right center field. I mean, just went the other way, up and just left of the scoreboard. But the hit he got off Jim Johnson was a sinker down and in as you look at the Oriole bullpen. And Meredith, the righty, Castillo, the lefty. And it was pretty good. He just stayed inside it and hit it by Tejada. It was one of the better at-bats I've seen all year long.
1-1 delivery to him. Again, same place. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's trying to get 3 quick runs on the board, and he's certainly capable of doing that.
Pedroia, .331 lifetime average against the Orioles. Now with 7 career home runs off O's pitchers. Mark Hendrickson trying to shut it down right here. With those 2 runners out there in scoring position. Pedroia 3 for 4 off Hendrickson lifetime. And the 1-2 he won't chase. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Dave Tremblay's ball club's got the lead, but he knows.
You could just see his face.
He knows.
He knows it's not going to be easy. It hasn't been all year.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and a good pitch. Just got enough to foul it off. Pedroia in the middle of that Red Sox lineup. Martinez, Youkilis waiting with only 1 away in the inning. Single by Bill Hall, pinch hitter with 1 away, and the double by Scudero. They are on base. Hendrickson with a 2-2. Pedroia chopper. Runner's going to hold at third. Looks him back. Big out.
Nice pitch. And this is the last thing Dustin wanted to do. He's looking, and you could see him trying to get a ball in the air. Couldn't do it. And then Mark Hendrickson gets back into the count, makes a great pitch, gets the number right back to him.
Hendrickson now with a chance to get out of this inning. Martinez 0 for 3 in the ball game, 0 for 6 so far in the series. Red Sox switch hitting catcher, 364 right-handed, 190 left-handed. One home run that was hit from the left side, but much better average this side of the plate. 2 down, and fouls that one off. Mark Hendrickson in his 9th appearance. 9 prior innings, 3 runs on 10 hits. 1 home run off him this year. Victor Martinez awaits the 0-1 delivery. And it's 0-2. Hendrickson has really become a valuable middle reliever.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he'll have those aberrational nights like he did where he gave up the 5 hits, but he knows how to pitch. He's got a good curveball. He's got a good changeup. He can pitch in to righties and down away, run it away, and then back it up with a changeup. You know, he doesn't drop down on lefties, so it's not like he's going to trick them, but he can get them out.
2-strike count. Here's the delivery, and we'll miss down low with it. 1 ball, 2-strike count on Martinez.
Yeah, my feeling about Mark is that, you know, he's a pitcher. He doesn't throw. He's not a young kid. He turned 36 later on in the summer. But he's been around. He's not going to throw the ball by you. I mean, he can maybe get it by you because he's finessed you, and then all of a sudden, boom, up and in. But
right-hander's only 200 off him.
Well,
limited at bats.
That's why, I mean, you bring him in because you have 3 lefties in the lineup, and yet lefties coming in, even though he got the first 2 out he faced, struck out both Drew and Ortiz. They have been hitting him better.
Hall and Scudero on. 1-2 delivery. Martinez to second out of the reach of Wiggenton. Big hit. That'll score 2 runs. A 2 RBI, 2-out single. Makes it an 11-6 ball game.
Well, what'd you say about hitting against the left-handed pitching? 364. This is Victor Martinez, what he normally does, which is be able, either right-handed or left-handed, cover the outside corner. Look at that ball. It's on the corner. I mean, it's down. Wiggenton almost catches it, but it gets over his head for a 2-run single. And
7 RBIs for Victor Martinez on the year. First hit of the ball game. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, coming out. Kevin Youkilis is the next hitter with 2 down and a runner at first base. Orioles have had Meredith Castillo ready. Trying to get Hendrickson through the 7th inning. Brad Ferguson, the starter, 3 runs, 7 hits over 5. The benefactor of the runs. He's the pitcher of record for the Orioles. So here's Youkilis with 2 down. 1 for 3 in the ball game. Robbed of a hit by Tejadas last time up, inside for a ball. Kevin Youkilis has gone 4 for 14 lifetime off Hendrickson. One of those 4 hits, a home run. One-0 delivery. Well, the team's piling it on offensively tonight. 17 runs, 21 hits. Only been 4 base runners left on. If they've been on, they've been in. Hendrickson, the 2-0. Youkilis drills it. Was that gone? Way back left field. A 2 RBI homer. It's 11-8.
13-12 Monday. Red Sox proved they can come from behind. And we saw Wiggenton hit a 2-0 pitch off a Dice K, and look at this one. Launch ball. Middle of the plate. Doesn't make a good pitch. Hitters count. And Kevin Youkilis brings them within 3.
So Youkilis' 4th home run, RBIs 13 and 14. Hendrickson is out of the ball game with the bases empty and 2 down. Castillo is on. And an inning and 2/3 for Mark Hendrickson. He retired the side in order in the 6th, but here in the 7th, 4 runs in. 2 RBIs, Victor Martinez, 2 RBIs, Youkilis, and here's Alberto Castillo.
They've done a nice job. Did give up a home run to Cano the other night, but then again, who didn't? Robertson, Cano just swinging the bat about as well as anybody.
J.D. Drew 1 for 3 off Castillo. He's had an RBI double in the game, 1 for 3. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So each team now with 11 hits in the ball game.
Home run derby.
It is that. Ortiz has had a solo shot. Van Every has had a solo home run. Tough play, Wieters. He got it. So Drew is retired. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Orioles up by 3. Please drink responsibly.
Rehab assignment has been adjusted just a bit. He was supposed to pitch today. Instead, he will pitch tomorrow and then Monday night in Norfolk. It was done just to see if he can pitch back-to-back days, 1 inning a day. That's the final test. And if he passes that, it's expected that he will be activated sometime next week. So, of course, there will be a corresponding roster move. And Gary and Jim, this could get very interesting. A lot of people assume it would be a pitcher, and that might not necessarily be the case. They also do have some position players with some minor league options, or somebody could outright just get cut from the team, Gary.
Very, that's going to be an interesting move, and I think at this point the Orioles probably have not made a decision about that, and they're going to just hang on and wait. So, ball game very much as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. An 11-8 lead. Tim Wakefield on in relief. Miguel Tejada has had a double. Tejada will lead it off here as the Orioles look to get more runs and pops that one up third base side. Catcher Martinez is gone. One down in the 7th. Scott and Wiggenton due up. Tim Wakefield, he got tagged in the 7th inning as they're in the 5th inning and the 6th. The Orioles got 6 runs in the 5th and 4 more in the 6th. It was Dice K surrendering 6 runs, 6 hits in the 5th, and then 4 runs on 4 hits off Wakefield. And that's in there for a strike. Luke Scott trying to join the array of hitters. He has struck out twice and popped out. Right field, towering fly ball near the scoreboard, and goodbye, home run. He's joined them. Luke Scott delivers the homer, and the Orioles get one back. It is 12-8.
That's right. Wrigley Field, the home of the home run derby in downtown Los Angeles, as the parade, the hit parade continues. What's this one over his head? Why mess around? Not hitting the low knuckle ball. Well, what does he do in the winter? Chop wood. That's exactly what he did then. Tomahawked it.
What a night for the long ball. Scott gets his 3rd of the year. Orioles have 5 home runs in the ball game. And it is 12-8. Grounded down to shortstop. Scudero had trouble getting a hold of it, but gets it over there in time to get Wiggenton, who's got a 2 home run ball game himself. So here are the highs tonight on the season. A 6-run inning in the 5th. 5 home runs and 12 total runs on this first day of May. New highs for 2010. Used 2 singles and has struck out. He has scored a run. And Wakefield down low with it for a ball. So we up it to 20 runs and 23 hits. And that is a strike taken.
A lot of well-intentioned hitters tonight, it appears.
Nobody wants to stay on base, I'll tell you that. When the inning's over, they're generally clear. Fouled away in a 1-ball 2-strike count. Orioles did not have a 3-run homer in the first month. They've got 2 of them tonight. Last time with it, Minnesota. With the home run derby. Go to first. Boy, you saw Youkilis. He was looking for Wakefield. Wakefield was not going to get over there, though. And had to take it himself. Luke Scott delivers with 1 down. His 3rd home run of the season, and it's 12-8 O's. Good luck on this one. Nick Markakis 5 RBIs, including a 3 RBI homer. Ty Wiggenton has had multi-home runs, 2 of them in the ball game, 2 RBIs. And Matt Wieters has got a 3 RBI homer, first of the year. Text in your vote, ABFC 51862. Castillo stays on the mound. That one hit by Ortiz. Deep to right field. Way back. Home run derby continues. Goodbye. David Ortiz has got 2 home runs in the ball game. And it's 12-9.
Well, you get a run, they get a run. You get 4 runs, they get 4 runs. You get 6 runs. They haven't gotten 6 runs yet. You need 6 more outs before they get 12 runs. It's pretty simple if you can do it. Look at the target. Look at the ball. Missed by about a foot, maybe a little bit more. So there's the slow bat. Got a little bit quicker, didn't it? Boom. Towering.
He got that one.
Oh, did he ever?
35 multi-homer games in his career now, and that will knock Castillo out of the ball game. He works a third of an inning, a hit and a run. And Clay Meredith will come out as the Orioles again will go deep into the pen, trying to hang on to this 3-run lead. 8th inning, nobody out. Beltre coming up. Well, pitchers coming into this ball game would be backing up. It's Clay Meredith.
Yeah, he got Scudero out last night to maintain a 1-run lead. Well, again for Clay, and we saw it up in Boston. He got a ball up to Kevin Youkilis. He had a 3-run home run.
We didn't have time to show you Martinez was in left field before Ortiz hit the homer. Beltre on a ground ball to short as Torres up. He's one of the 6 outs the Orioles need. Beltre a couple of hits in the ball game, 2 for 4 and an RBI.
You know, one year I threw 9 home runs in 2 games, 2 complete games against the Red Sox, and somebody, I used to move outfielders, and they said, well, why don't you move your outfielders up into the bleachers? And I said, well, can I? Because tonight's the night where you don't want to do that. Yeah, you have a roamer. He can throw him back, or he can be 50, 60 feet out in right field or up in the grandstand and left, and be running across, trying to jump over fans, trying to catch the ball and throw it back into the field of play.
They'd be very busy tonight.
Yes, they would. That's my point.
9 home runs in this ball game combined. Each team with 12 hits. The Orioles have the 12-9 lead. Only 1 unearned run. That went to the Orioles way back in the first inning. Check swing ground ball. Meredith plays the hop and gets the out on McDonald. 2 down. Junior Orioles Dugout Club presented by Chick-fil-A. Perfect for all fans 14 and under. Kids get tickets to 10 games, the Dugout Club hat, membership card, and more inside that great lunchbox. It only costs $17. Members also get exclusive giveaway items. Family and friends get tickets for only $6. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com, or stop by any Chick-fil-A location for details. 2 down. And that one will end up in the seats. Hall came on for Van Every and had a single and a run scored in the 7th inning.
Yeah, you would have thought Billy Hall might have had more bats against Clay Meredith, both of them playing in the National League, but Billy Hall 0 for 2 against Clay. But he's been getting right-handers out, struggling against lefties, but righties have been very efficient.
Off the end of the bat.
Have any of the home runs of the 9 been low and away tonight?
I don't think so.
No, so there you go. Why do you, young pitchers, why do we keep talking about low and away? Because
it don't leave the yard.
Well, yeah.
As often.
I mean, every once in a while you see it, but low and in goes out.
0-2, that's going to be outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Brad Ferguson, who made his return to the Orioles tonight, worked 5 innings. He still is the pitcher of record. Could get his first win of the year. Daisuke Matsuzaka, who made his return for the Red Sox, still their pitcher of record, and he's gone. So the home run by Ortiz led off the 8th inning. Then Meredith got the 1-2-3. It's the Orioles 12 and the Red Sox 9. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and the 3rd Red Sox pitcher, Manny Del Carmen.
Yeah, other than Jonathan Papelbon, this is their best pitcher. 3 for 33. Now did give up when he came in with the go-ahead run in the 10th inning last night, and got a curveball up. Threw one to Miguel Tejada, and as he said early today, he said, listen, it'd been a better pitch if it was down, and it wasn't. And Miguel singled right back up to the middle, and the Orioles won in the 10th inning last night, but he has really been pitching well for him.
So Del Carmen will try and keep this at 3 and hope the onslaught of bats can continue for the Red Sox. Martinez is going to get his first at bat. He came on as the defensive replacement for Reimold. Bottom of the 8th. Martinez is first, top of the order, Jones. Manny Del Carmen pitches up high. Tim Wakefield, 5 runs, 5 hits, and 2 1/3. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 1. He gave up 3 home runs. Daisuke Matsuzaka gave up 2. Martinez with a 1-0.
Well, that's the equalizer for Manny Del Carmen. That changeup, about 81 miles per hour fastball, usually somewhere around 93. Got a big overhand curveball, doesn't throw it that often, but the changeup very hard to read. Bottom drops out of it. And again, 3 for 33, the hitters that have faced him.
Comes over the top with that and will miss inside. 2 ball, 1 strike count. The Orioles, will they have a chance for a sweep? We will see. The final game of the series tomorrow. Kevin Millwood 0-3 and Josh Beckett 1-0 will go against one another. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles came back against Del Carmen. and the bullpen to get the victory in the ballgame last night, 5-4 in 10 innings. As Miguel Tejada would deliver the RBI off Del Carmen. Charge to Ramirez, the run. He took the loss. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Martinez will take it away. 3-2. Schoenweiss in the pen. $35,164 the announced attendance tonight.
Well, they've seen a slugfest.
Towards second, Pedroia. Martinez retired, one away in the 8th inning. Visit the official online shop of the Orioles at Orioles.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, O's memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the Orioles.com shop. Oriole fans with a lot to cheer about here in this ball game. And hanging on now to see if the O's can do that. Hang on and win it. Here's his Torres. He scored twice, each time reaching in a fielder's choice. Beltre coming over, no play.
What kind of mirrors what the Oriole manager Dave Tremblay's gone through. Even when his team scores 12 runs, it's not a laugher. New month, more runs, but still
tight game.
Anguish. And he's going to anguish his way through that 9th inning. With the Oriole closer getting ready.
There's Torres, the 0-1 delivery to him, and that's in there for a strike. 0-2. He is a save situation right now, of course. Simone is taking over the closer role. There's Torres hitting at 250. Trying to get something going with one down here, and swung over the top of that one.
Yeah, he's got terrific stuff and 3 pitches that he'll throw. Well, again, that's why hitters are 3 for 35 now. You can see the spin on that curveball, the Exmo. It just goes straight down, 12-6 almost. There's Alfredo Simone.
2 down.
And they're back. And, of course, the Red Sox will send up the top of their order. You know it's not going to be 7, 8, 9.
Got to be that way. Adam Jones has had a big night. Jones drew a walk to start the ball game in the first for the Orioles and would score an unearned run in the inning on a Markakis RBI. Then he got an RBI single in the 5th, singled and scored in the 6th. Couple of hits. 3 at-bats. Robbed of a hit by Van Eveland earlier in the ballgame in center. Fastball by Del Carmen, 0-2.
And 94 seemed like 105 after that changeup. He may arguably have one of the better changeups from a right-hander in the American League. Of course, you won't see it that much because he's coming out of the bullpen.
Adam 2 for 9 off Manny Del Carmen.
And the good thing for the Orioles is that now Adam, at least 5 hits in the last 2 games. So that's and a walk.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to him. Fouls that one back. Adam is 5 for 8 now in the first 2 games of this series. Two offenses who, both of whom had their trouble scoring runs this season, have not had any trouble here in this ball game. Orioles averaging only 3.3. The Red Sox 4.5 runs a game. Not anymore. The 0-2 pitch to Jones and the ground ball to Pedroia. Del Carmen retires the side in order, and here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. It's the 9th inning. Simone on, top of the order up. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, Amber Theo Harris here in Baltimore on this beautiful evening. The Orioles trying to wrap up their second win against the Red Sox in this 3-game set. Julio Lugo will play second base. Wiggenton out. And on for the save, Simone.
Well, yeah, the possible save, and he came in last night in a tie ball game and threw 26 pitches, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. And it was again wasn't a real smooth inning. 13 strikes, 13 balls, but he did throw to both Drew and to David Ortiz. Great splitters that got a couple of strikeouts to get him out of the inning. But it hasn't been easy in any inning we've seen him pitch this year.
Nope. He may be one of those who just his saves are going to be with a couple of guys on base and a run in.
Well, that's what the Red Sox are going to try to do with Scudero leading it off. Get on.
The Orioles have not won a series. This is the 8th series they have played this year. A victory tonight, and they will have done that. Scudero a double single in his last 2 times up. He's also flied out, grounded out. 5-game hit streak. Simone starts him off up high with a ball. 287 on the year for Scudero. All previous games decided by 1 run between these 2 teams. Misses with that, and a 2-0 count from Simone.
And nobody up behind him as of now. And the Orioles with only Albert, Birkin, and Oman in the bullpen.
Here's the 2-0 delivery. He's taking all the way. It's a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, you really got to trust your stuff. He's got a fastball that usually sits somewhere in the middle 90s. And you just have to throw it to the middle of the plate. If you're wild, it's probably not going to go there.
2-1 delivery. Scudero takes it. 3-1.
And the ball does get up there in a hurry at 95, but whether he can command it, that's going to be the story for Alfredo Simone.
28 years old. He'll turn 29 in a week. Only 6 major league games prior to this season. 3-1 delivery, and he walks the leadoff batter. Let's update you in the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. Still time for you to vote. Nick Markakis on top with a big 5 RBI ball game. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. So Simone makes it ever tougher.
Well, Dave Tremblay did say, about 4 days ago, hey, I'm going to get the guys up. They're going to get people out. We'd like to have it be Alfredo.
Pedroia is taking. It's away for a ball.
But you can see he has trouble sometimes finding his arm slot. He goes a little bit left. The ball goes with him. He's thrown about 4 pitches off the outside corner to both Scudero and Pedroia. And Dustin will get on. He'll get on any way he wants because the tying run will come to the plate.
Taking for a strike. He's 0 for 4 in the ball game. 2 for 8 in the series. Runner on at first for the Red Sox here in the 9th inning. After issuing 10 walks in the ball game last night, the Orioles have issued 5 in this one with their 5 pitchers used. Scudero close at first. 1-1. Pedroia takes it. And it goes to 2-1.
So Oman's up. You got Mike Lowell still sitting on the bench for the Red Sox. Had the chance down the road. Martinez switch hitter next. Then Youkilis, Drew, and Ortiz. Because I don't think he's going to be pinch hitting for Ortiz. David's hit 2 home runs tonight.
Weston Pedroia. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Pedroia takes it, and it's a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. And Simone comes back to even it up. Nick Markakis, by the way, with a 5 RBI night, has equaled his career high. Nick had 5 RBIs a couple times before, including against Boston in April of 2009. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Pedroia. And swung on and missed and gets him.
Well, that is exactly the same pitch he struck out Derek Jeter with, a veering slider. I mean, it just keeps moving off the outside corner. Pedroia, who doesn't strike out a lot, there's your H.H. Gregg ex-Smo. And that's the way Jeter swung at it. You know, he really didn't throw it last night. I think that kind of surprised him, even though I'm sure their advanced scouts told the Red Sox he has it.
So one away here in the ninth inning. Pedroia striking out for just the 14th time this year. Here's Victor Martinez. Inside for a ball. Martinez a 2 RBI single in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 4. 4 home runs have been hit by the Red Sox, 5 by the Orioles. Virtually everybody in the lineup involved in the offense in one way or another tonight. Runner at first, 1 out. Martinez takes it, and it's there for a strike. Martinez 2 RBIs, Youkilis 2 RBI homer. Drews had an RBI, Ortiz 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Van Every had a home run before he left the ball game. Beltre has had an RBI double. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martinez tried to make it a ball. It's not. 1 and 2.
Yeah, he raises his hand. It looked like it might have been a splitter that floats over and catches the inside part of the plate. That was a pitch he struck out both Drew and Ortiz last night. It is really a special pitch when he gets on top of it because it goes straight down.
1 and 2 on Martinez. Simone looking for his second save. One-two delivered. Way inside. Wieters somehow catches that.
Well, that's a big play because if that ball gets by him, obviously the double play is still not in order. And I mean, you're thinking one pitch. If you get him to hit one up the middle, look at that play. Unbelievable that he was able to snare that ball.
That had wild pitch.
Oh, did it ever.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Martinez.
And they really do play him up the middle in the middle infield. Both Wiggenton or actually Lugo.
2-2. That is a foul ball.
Yeah, Lugo came in for Wiggenton, but they're playing way up the middle.
The others get out in front of that one.
Yeah, that's one of those splitters that hung. Ortiz last night before he struck out had another home run swing on a similar pitch, but fouled it straight back.
Jones an RBI, Markakis 5 of them. Wieters a 3 RBI homer. Scott RBI homer. Wiggenton 2 home runs, 2 RBIs.
Yeah, Ryan Hughes, and I was wondering, he was playing right on the base with Scudero, and he just went over and told Alfredo Simone, I'm going to play behind him and try to take away the hole. With a 3-run lead.
Still a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Martinez. That one down the first. Diving Hughes. Simone covers and gets the out. Another good defensive play.
Well, heads up by the bench because I was wondering why they played the first 3 or 4 pitches on the bag and then Dave Tremblay moves them off the bag or that falls into right field. You got a 3-run lead. I mean, Hughes not even in your picture because he's going to catch that. If he's holding him on, it's into right field and Scooter goes all the way to third. And all you're trying to do right here with a 3-run lead is get outs. And they're able to do that.
The Orioles 1 out away.
Yeah, another nice splitter for Martinez.
2 down, runner at second base, Scudero. That run not important right now. It's getting the final out. Youkilis has had a homer, his 4th of the year. A single, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Simone outside with it for a ball. Ferguson looking to get his first win, the Orioles starter. Daisuke Matsuzaka, first start this year for the Red Sox, could be the loser, and Simone could have his second save. Delivery to Youkilis. That's their first strike, 1-1.
Yeah, you gave a little look back at Bill Miller. Sure that was low enough. Back-to-back sliders.
1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 away. Youkilis reaching. Should be the ball game. Jones backing up. He's under it. This one's in the book for the Orioles, who win it 12-9. And their first series win of the year sets up an opportunity for a sweep tomorrow. Their last series win came in the final weekend of the 2009 season. They went through the first 7 series this year before getting this one. We'll come back to wrap it up.